Hi guys, it's the 12th of July and I just started reading my book for this month. If you don't know, I am challenging myself to read a book a month this year. That does not sound like a lot, but for someone who hasn't read much in a while, it is a lot for me. And since this year began, I've been smashing my goals, so I'm sort of excited. But I read the two hottest books on my list, and now I'm just wondering which one to read next. And so I started Buchi Emecheta's Second Class Citizen last week, but then I realized that it is about feminism and stuff, and the last book I read was about feminism, so I don't want that to be all I think about. And so I have been sleeping on The Death of Vivek Oji. My sister actually mentioned that it's a good book. I decided to pick it up yesterday. And I mean, from like the book made an impression from the very first chapter. That's what I mean to say. Like chapter one of that book has just about 10 words. And then chapter two, the story just starts and it's just going. And I haven't even finished that chapter two, but I'm talking like this. I hope I'll not say I spoke too soon at the end. Fingers crossed. I think I'm going to enjoy this book. Hi guys, how are you all doing? So it's been a while since the last clip you saw. I've just been putting off sitting in front of the camera and just talking. But the kids are on holiday and it is going to be a long, long break from school. And I'm just caught in a dilemma where I'm wondering if to send them to extra lessons or to keep them at home with me. You know, when they were born, we were pretty much on our own, the three of us, for a long time, locked up indoors, going nowhere except to the market. It took a lot for them to, be able to adjust and just learn social skills. In fact, I only just realized in the last month that they now easily mingle with other kids. It's finally happening, and I'm just wondering what this long holiday is going to do to them. Kids, what if they get frustrated of staying indoors? And then there's the other part where I want to be able to rest from packing lunch and doing school runs. I'm pretty much undecided. But from the last clip I showed you guys, I was shopping skincare. So I started active skincare this year. Before now, I didn't really like see the need to, because I've pretty much always had clear skin. I turned 30 last year, so I don't know if it comes with getting older and my skin just telling me that I now have to do more than just the basic, because I was pretty much a body lotion on my face kind of girl. So this year I decided that I would focus on my skin. It's been over 6 months since I wore makeup. So I did my research. I discovered that okay, the basic routine will be to cleanse, to moisturize, and to use the sunscreen. Because my skin is very sensitive, I wanted to be sure to not just waste my money. So I started with the simple cleanser. I think I need to get these products to show you guys. But yeah. So like I was saying, I started with this simple, refreshing facial wash. Simply, that's a lot of simply because it is a very simple. It is simple and it's suitable for my sensitive skin according to recommendations. So the ingredients are basic, but it does the job. And so this was what I started with in March, and I only just ran out like early this month. Decided that maybe my skin is more oily than I think it is. So what I actually was looking for in that clip you guys saw me show you shopping was this face facts cleanser. I actually wanted to get the hydrating gentle cleanser, but it was not available. I ended up getting this blemish clarifying foaming cleanser, and at the time I was dealing with like some breakouts that came. I don't know, I just don't understand what's happening with my skin. I never really like used to break out like this. Maybe when I was in my period, I would just see one, two, that was it. But now I just have a whole line of. So I think that maybe using actives like the salicylic acid in this one is going to help my skin, help with the breakouts and the oiliness and all of that. And niacinamide, they say you can never go wrong with niacinamide. Plus, I think that this is actually a better deal than this because this is 150 mils and this one is 400 mils. This one cost me 5,000 naira in March. It might even be more now. And this one cost me about 7,500 naira. So I think that this is actually better option penny wise, and especially if the ingredients here are targeted towards whatever skin concerns you have. Actually, even when I first decided to start skincare, face facts was the product that I wanted to go for, but they're just really scarce because I guess they're really nice. I guess because they're like a dupe for CeraVe, which is a high-end product, or which are high-end products. It's hard for me to give a review. I know that barely a week after I started using it, the breakouts I was dealing with started to clear up, but I still have the spots and I still have new breakouts because my hormones are dancing all over the place, and I know that that's the cause of this whole thing because of my contraceptive birth control. But yeah, I'm just trying to manage it until it's time to take it out. So for moisturizer, this is what I've been using since April. With a simple hydrating light moisturizer. I actually like this moisturizer. This is a sunscreen I use. I'm sure it's not like the best option in the market, but it's better than nothing. And at the time, it was what fits my budget and was readily available in my locality. So yeah, this is a beginner skincare stash. I'm proud of myself for going on this journey. I just want to see results. I don't want to be buying and buying products. What's your experience with skincare? Do you think it is something you should just go into without really having the need to like in my case now, I obviously needed to start. I reached the age that my skin was telling me that I needed to take care of it. But do you think maybe I should have started in my 20s before I even noticed any of those things? Do you think this is something that you should do as a to maintain your skin rather than to treat your skin? Yeah, I think that's what I'm trying to say. Let me know what you think in the comments. It's a very cold day. It's been raining all day, and I think it's still going to keep raining. That's why I'm looking like this. This stay-at-home mom thing, it's not giving on some days, especially when there's no light. I'll see you guys soon. Bye. So, if I don't do a scene in the car, will the vlog ever be complete? I mean, it's just very convenient. I don't have to think of where to sit. I don't have to think of what's popping up in my background, my lighting. I don't have to fix that or anything. I just have to sit down here and, talk. So I love it. I love filming in the car. But let's talk about the book I introduced earlier, The Death of Vivek Oji. I don't know why I introduced that book the way I did. I know why. I sort of know why. Because it started with a bang. The energy that I started that book with is not how I finished it. And I don't know what I was expecting. It's a book about death, right? So it's definitely a sad book. The book I read in February, Freshwater, I'm sure I mentioned that and I showed the book a couple of months ago. Same author, Akwaeke Emezi. The common denominator with her books is the spiritual angle or spiritual aspect of it. And the thing about such books is if it doesn't align with your own beliefs, it just sort of becomes a clash or something. But that's also why we read, so that we can gain exposure for enlightenment without actually having to go through something to go through it. So I was saying that through books, especially fiction, you are able to live in different worlds, live different people's experiences without actually experiencing it yourself. So for that reason, I'm not canceling this book. I remember reading Dan Brown's trilogy of Angels and Demons, Da Vinci's Code, and The Lost Symbol in 2013. And I know what that did to my head. Like, I went about spewing all sorts of blasphemy, saying things that I'm not very proud of right now. It's the reason that
by the time I knew better, I stayed away from such books. It's the reason I haven't read Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power up till now. This book is about a boy who was growing up in Nigeria and decided that he wasn't a boy. And so just his experiences navigating all that, his troubled life until he eventually died, and under very painful circumstances. The most painful kind of death is the one that could be avoided, the one that happens by accident, the one that you say, if I knew, I wouldn't have let him leave the house. If I knew, you know, without giving away too much. It's a good book. I give it to the writer. Excellent storytelling, as with Freshwater. Excellent, excellent storytelling. Like, she has a way of just holding you. You just be reading and reading. And a book that is told in retrospect, like she uses flashback in the book. A book like that is just, you just want to read and read and know what's happening in the book, only to find out at the very tail end. I love the experience that I had with it, but I'll be careful who I recommend this book to, because there are some really raunchy scenes, but I read through it and I might not recommend this to younger readers who probably maybe are trying to find themselves or are not grounded, just because I have had an experience like this before. And it might not affect everyone in the same way, but just in case, I want to be sure that what I'm recommending is safe and, for my rep also, without trying to sound self-righteous or anything like that. It's just, you know, I'm not a queer people apologist, and that's it. That's just it. Yeah, so yes, that's it about this vlog. I'm excited about what I have to read, or what I'm going to read next month. I don't know what it's going to be yet. I have a title in mind. I hope that I find that book and I'm able to read. I'm hitting my reading goals and I'm finishing my books quite early in the month. I'm tempted to take on a second book in a month, but I want to keep it simple. I want to finish this year reading a book a month like I started out. And maybe next year I can do 2 books a month. And who knows, maybe by the following year I will be reading like 5 books a month. I don't know. But I'm really enjoying the experience. I hope that more of you who see these videos will connect with me, read more, because I really love that anytime I come to talk about a book here, someone will say, yes, I read that book, and this is what I think about it. It will really be exciting for me. Thank you guys for watching this vlog. I hope that it wasn't a waste of your time. And I will see you guys in another one. Until then, take care of yourselves. Bye bye.